This has to be the most neglected van that I have ever seen in my life. From broken wing mirror, missing trims, worn brake pads, cracked blind spot mirror, and all the way down to failed brakes. Seeing all these issues, you're probably thinking the same as me. That van is finished. The plot twist is, it's actually my van. What's going on, everybody? So now we are actually gonna be working on our own van today. Goodness me. Yeah, about time. We have actually neglected this van. It's always breaking down, but this time it's our own fault. Really. And to be honest with you guys, look, listen, right? We do checks on this, brakes and everything else whenever we go out, almost every week. So I was like, yeah, everything's good. And then you see that. But if you look at the other side, so I was like, oh no, it should be fine, because I said, okay, I'm gonna do the brakes next week. But then we were on the M25 and then it just started going. I was like, oh, got no brakes. Is it true that mechanics don't know how to look after their own vehicles? Yes. Yes. You can't even lie. I know you're a mechanic. You've got a project car or some sort of car in there that hasn't been serviced for 20,000 miles. Don't lie. Also, we have got to replace the PCV on the engine because it's smoking quite a lot and it is drinking a lot of oil. It's been like that for a while and that's what's caused my DPF to get blocked, etc, etc. So we are going to be doing that. Oh, it goes into limp mode when you go past 70 miles an hour and you can hear this like whistling noise. So let's go get started. Let's go and replace the brake pads and disc all around on this vehicle.
Well, there's only one brake pad.
What do you mean there's only one brake pad, bro?
Where's the other side of it?
What do you mean where's the other side?
Have a look. Holy crap! Oh no!
Brake pads are supposed to have a friction material, unlike the one that you've just seen. This brake pad material is what causes your vehicle to stop when you step on the brakes, as it squeezes the disc, which in turn generates friction. What you've just seen is this layer here, a backing plate, which doesn't really have the same braking effect as the friction material, which will significantly reduce your braking power.
Bro, was it that bad? I swear it just started, didn't it, on the M25?
Yeah.
Oh! Oh! That is a beautiful piece of art.
Oh!
Oh my god.
Oh my days. I wouldn't call that just in time. I swear, yeah, I said I'm gonna do the brakes next week, but obviously you couldn't see the inside. Yeah, I guess I messed up on that one, didn't I? Big time mess up on that one. So we've put brake pads and disc on this not long ago, probably about a year ago, and clearly the lifespan of brake pads and disc on this van is less than a year. So
we drive every day though. So.
Yeah, at least we know when to change it now. Less than a year. Yeah. So we just gotta make sure now that the pins are perfect and all of that stuff. But goodness me, that was bad. Whilst John is working on the other side, I started to work on the driver's side rear. And this one is probably worse than what you've already seen.
You think yours is bad?
Is it?
Yeah, look at that.
I can't believe this, man. This one I said, oh yeah, let's replace the brakes.
It's like a wafer.
Yeah. Let's replace the brakes. And then look. Finished.
Mechanique.
It's perished. Yeah, mechanique, bro. Good mechanique. Alright, look at this. This is actually like bad. Because look, I can't push it in and out. That one is okay, but it's a bit stiff. This one, I can't. It goes in but doesn't go out. Yeah, it's actually quite stiff though, isn't it?
This.
Yeah.
The bottom one especially.
Yeah, very important.
Oh my.
Very important to check this. The brake pins are responsible for the correct movement of the caliper. If one or both of them are seized, it could cause your brake pads to wear unevenly, or even cause your brake pads and discs to wear quicker than usual. So it is best to give them a good clean and re-grease when servicing a brake component. Right, so the next thing that we've got to do now is to adjust the brake drums, because we won't be able to take out this monstrosity of a brake disc if we do not adjust that. So we're gonna fully loosen it so that we can take the brake disc out. This here is the adjustment screw that I'm talking about. It allows the brake shoes to permanently expand or contract depending on the adjustment that you need to make. In our case, we need to contract the brake shoes, which will then allow us to take the brake disc off of the hub. But it's never really that simple. Ladies and gents, we have a bad news. I think the adjuster is seized and it's not moving at all, so I'm gonna have to force this out, unfortunately. Even hammering it, rotating it whilst hammering it didn't work, and this is already telling me that there is something very wrong somewhere past the adjustment screw. More on that later. Even unconventional way is not working on this bloody thing. Oh, it's seized inside. I can't even use my heat inductor right now, I don't think. Very, very hard. Any luck, mate? I think we got away with that one because I actually managed to adjust it with a thicker flat screwdriver, and as you can see, my thin one has completely bent itself. Yeah, now John, let me show you what I did. Hopefully John can replicate it. Yeah? Can do it? Yeah! That's it, mate. That's what you gotta do, yeah, that's it. Do you reckon that's off? I don't think so. Hello? Yeah, that's not loose yet because I can hear it grinding. That's not loose yet, mate. Yeah, so basically that's what we did, and now that's what it looks like. Goodness gracious me! What is that? That's very dirty. Right, time to give that this little washle. By the way, this is not on a cylinder. As you can see, it's just cable and that's it. That's why I was like, yeah, you know what? Let me just wash that. Put some pressure on that thing. And now, it's nice and clean. It is nice and clean. However, as you can see, the brake shoes are not in the best condition. It seems like they have gone through a lot of heat soak. Again, more on this later. At Nasper, we will be replacing the brake disc and pads using Febby parts. I trust their quality and reliability, so I'll be fitting them on my own work van as well. Just like how I use and fit them on my customers' cars. Now that everything is clean, as you can see there, look. That's our pin, it's now bouncing back and forth. There you go, like that. Same with this one. Perfect. We have given it clean. Now this is another reason why I like Febby. Is because just like any OE stuff, it comes with good fittings as well. Brand new ones. Very important when doing brakes is that you clean where it sits, so you don't have any high spots where basically you have to force the brake pad in place. That's no good. It will wear out a lot quicker, and sometimes it could even overheat, and you're gonna need to buy a new brake disc and pads in like 10 miles. We are getting there, to be fair. We are getting there. This is another thing that I need to mention. I need to show you this. This is very important, and this is why, well, I'm not making excuses, alright, I'm a mechanic, okay, but if it was just like a normal person, what they would get is a warning on their dash saying that the brake pad is wearing low. But the previous brake disc and pads that we use unfortunately came with an adapter on their brake wear sensor. It's an adapter to basically bypass the whole sensing part of when the brake pads wear down. And as you can see here with the Febby, it comes integrated already, but with the old one it doesn't, because they give you like a little pin adapter that goes into the sensor, into the wiring, and it's basically blank. I have no excuses, I'm a mechanic and I know when to change my brake disc and pads, but like what I said, normal consumer, that would help them identify when it's time to replace the brake pads on their van. Right, let's see if we did our job correctly. This should, the word is should, just plunk in. Oh, hello. This should just plunk in nicely. And I should just, let's put the other side in first as well. And, oh, boom. Right, should just be able to do this by hand. Are you ready? That's a perfect job. Yep, that's good. I'm happy with that. Very, very happy, huh? Now this is what I was talking about earlier, look. Now if you think I'm lying, right? There is absolutely nothing in that, it's just blank. That's what it came with. And as you know, these single pins, they are only to ground, I believe. So as soon as this wire basically touches the disc, it would just send a signal to the control unit, to the ABS control unit or brake control unit, whichever one it is. And then it will say, you're running low on brake pads. And obviously we didn't have that luxury because the previous manufacturer, because we were the last one to change this. The previous manufacturer that we use for the brake pads and disc did not put this in. Well, did not include an actual sensor, if that makes sense. Let's push that in a little bit more. That's perfect. That's through there, like that. There you go. Push that in a little bit as well. Make sure this in the right orientation. Oh, I can't say that anymore. Push that back in, and there you have it. We've now got new brake pads and what? Oh. Well. I messed up, didn't I? Oh my Jesus, good Lord, look at it. I snapped the wire. Oh my God. I snapped the wire for the brake wear sensor. Hey, I fixed it. Lovely jubbly. Nice.
The brakes look great, but we still have a mystery. Why did the brake shoes look like that?
Of course, this van loves a bit of an issue. Right. So obviously we've adjusted the brake drums now, so that should be in the right place. And then the last thing that you need to do is to adjust the cable. And yeah, it's not looking good. Here we are at the bottom of the van. It's a lever for when you do the when you pull on the handbrake. This is meant to turn, but it's not doing that. And as you can see, John, do you want to give it a few pulls, please? It's literally seized in place. Like, it's just not moving. I tried adjusting it many times on the other end. Well, as you can see here, go on, Jay, give it a pull. More. No, it's not moving at all. Didn't move. So, right, undo it, please. Have you released it? Have a look at this. Look, even if I was to tap it, nothing, absolutely nothing happens. It doesn't move at all. So, I'm gonna have to undo this and give it a go on freeing it up, really.
Your handbrake works by pulling on the lever. In turn, the lever pulls on the cable that is attached to the brake shoes, causing the brake shoes to then squeeze against the brake drum, which would then prevent the brake drum from rotating. In our case, the lever seems to be seized, preventing us from pulling on the brake cable that is attached to the brake shoes.
Oh god, might have to use the heat inductor on this one. And as you can see on this end, it's very loose. Look, I can even do it by hand. And that thing is not moving. So let's give it a go. Let's try and break it loose. Definitely a 13 mil, I know that. Right, so that came off. Hey, look at that. Look how loose that is. Hey, freed from rust. Right, now I've got to undo that thing, the bolt, without burning myself. There she is. It's climbing down. Please, I don't want to burn myself. Aye! That's called laden frost effect, guys. It shouldn't burn you straight away. Wait. But do not try this at home. Look how crusty that is. Look. This is the pivot point. And it's just full of crust. That's so bad. Yeah, here, look, it wasn't moving earlier, now it is. Look.
Why don't you take it off?
Yeah, we're gonna take it off, give it a clean. It's still very hot though, John, that's why.
No.
We'll bring it down and then give it a clean. Give it a good clean. I just don't want to get burnt because that thing is still hot. Power lube. Hey! Hey! What the mother? And all of that fault just because of this thing. Unbelievable. Now we're just gonna put some moly grease in there, just multi-purpose grease, just to prolong it a little bit. You know, prevents it from seizing and all of it. John! What the? You wanna see what he's doing? No, you don't. Alright, now that should just slide in and freely turn, like so. But, orientation will be this way. There you go. There you go. Right, that's 1 and a 2. There you go. Oh, hello. That's slippery now, yeah? Just wanna come out now. And that should still be able to turn like so. Alright, give it a pull, please. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you, sir. This is an absolute game changer. This freed up the seized lever for the handbrake. Because, say for example, you hook it up on your inverter, on your 1500 watt inverter, 2000 watts. This is 3000 watts, this induction here. What you could actually do is you could even turn it down all the way to 20%, which means, what's 20% of 3700 watts? Yeah, it's on the screen somewhere here. But yeah, you can turn it 30, 40%, 50%, which means you'd only be using 3700. Somewhere on the screen again, you'll be using this much. So yeah, anything that fits on your inverter, basically you could use this 40, 30% of it, 20% of it, and it would still do the same job, but obviously it will take a little bit longer. In exchange to that, you're not using heat that could potentially burn all the stuff around it. So it's good for like ball joints, so you don't burn the rubber. It's good for anything that sees, or if you're working near a fuel, for example, you could use that. It's just a safer way to go, really. I've let go of my fire now because I've got that. Now this is what we adjust. So this one, you want to torque it. What it says anyway. What it says is 12 Newton meters of torque. So let's have a look. Leaking. There you go. 12 Newton meters. Oh god. Now this is just to secure it in place. So this secondary knot here is just to secure it in place, really. Right, try spinning that. I don't think you can. Right, now release the handbrake. Now try spinning it. It should be smooth. Is it tough enough?
Not spinning it.
At all? Oh. Right, moving on now. The front axle. So yeah, we found out later on that we also need brake shoes because the efficiency of it is no good. When you go uphill on a slope, like tight slope, it starts to roll down, and we've adjusted it and all sorts, and it still doesn't want to hold. Even the lever is very, very tight. So yeah, gotta find a handbrake for this thing now. But for now, let's move on and do the front, and let me show you how close it is to reality. And you can just about see it there, it's starting to go metal to metal. And if you go into the brake pads, you can see right there that it's pretty thin. Yeah, this one is obviously perished. As you can see here, look, it's not seized or anything like that, because when we did it, it was well done. Loose. Plug this one on. Plug that in there. Oh yeah. That just looks so wrong. Hey. Nipple going back in. Take that off. That off. What we've got to do is to clean up the whole hub, the surface, because we want the brake disc to have a nice mating face on it. So that's the next thing that we have to do. Obviously, like what I said, we're going to be using Febby on the parts on this, because I fit it in my customers' cars. That's me, I trust it, so I'm going to be using it in my own van as well. just so you know that I fit the stuff that I actually trust. Because if I don't trust it, I wouldn't use it. Plain and simple. So all we have to do is use this and then just clean the hub surface. Like so. Also, what you want to do is to clean under the fitting, like this one here, because you don't want that to be rusting and having high spots and then your brake pads doesn't move. So yeah, clean under that and then clean using the same tool, which is this. And there's no high spots there anyway on this brake carrier because we clean it, don't we, John? Again, boom. Now next one. I hate it when I say that, boom. Alright, boom. Alright, boom. Same thing again. Clean underneath. Alright, boom. Alright. Alright, okay. Enough of that. Just like the rear axle, we will also be using Febby parts. Using OE quality parts is a must for me. I know that the reliability and quality is there and I will not exchange that for a few pounds difference in price compared to the cheaper alternatives. And this, you have to make sure that that's nicely lubed up. Look, you can see that it goes in and out. In and out. Up there as well, in and out, in and out. See, look, fresh lubricant in there. Yeah.
And voila! The van is all set to hold my heavy tools and stop at full braking efficiency.
Oh, I hate the cold. It's so foggy. Well, it was foggy. You can see it on the horizon over there. But we are done fitting the brake pads in this on this van. And to be honest with you, that took us ages because we were trying to figure out what was wrong in the back end, because like the handbrake was just not doing anything, even at the highest adjustment. Even if you say tighten it as much as possible, it still will move. Like regardless of how much power you put in it, it will just move. Even if you click it all the way to the top, it feels like it's gonna snap. So we're gonna replace the brake shoes on that. But for now, I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this content, please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace. Then it just started going. I was like, oh, got no brakes.